Last week I didn't give you a proper video, but this time I will. This is a two video in one. Hope you guys watching. This song I came out on Tokyo Ghoul season 2, episode 4 and episode 5. Alright, right now you get Amon's story. Amon, when he was a boy, he was in an orphanage. He was raised by this guy. He was raised by this guy that was a priest, but turns out the guy that ran the orphanage, he was a ghoul, and he started feasting upon the other victims. He started feasting on the children to survive. So basically, wow. So basically, the closest thing, the closest thing he had a father was a ghoul. So it explains a little bit about Amon's past. So out of the situation, this part is. Yeah, so it basically knows how he has a problem with ghouls, how he got involved with it, and probably how he fell with the CCG. Yeah, so basically, also you gotta understand, and it's in his file. So people, when they see each other again, and Amon doesn't think of him as his father. And later you get the fighting, the break-in, and Algidi Tree broke into the prison. That now the prison is full of high-level ghouls, all of them very dangerous but they're kept alive for certain reasons. One of the ghouls is Amon's, with the guy that ran Amon's orphanage. That guy is explained, and the other one, some guy named Kimshiro. Apparently, he knows about Rize, the very same ghoul, that's now a part of Kaneki. That is very creepy. Like not creepy exactly, but that means he has some connection to Rize. Doesn't mean that you know about her presence. I mean, he could smell her in the air, and the smell is coming from Kaneki. I mean, we all know that Kaneki has Rize's parts inside of him. So basically, they can feel him inside. They can feel her inside of him. So basically, his scent changed when he became a ghoul, even though a half ghoul, but not ghoul by blood. So he can smell him. And then you got Amito versus the Commander-in-Chief, and he fighting the Commander-in-Chief, and the Kaguya that he's using, the Kaguya armor, he says he's feeling as his father, father. I mean, it wasn't for his father being around, and he and Toka wouldn't have become what they became, and were left on their own. So basically there. And so basically, I'm saying Toka and her father, Toka's father is dead, and they used his body's Kaguya to use weapons. I mean, we all know that they're using Kaguya from dead ghouls and using it as weapons. So basically, they're fighting ghoul power with powers of ghoul of their own. Yeah, and one of the favorite, and then there's Tenshi. Tenshi, he's fighting the two ghouls, the black ghoul and the black and white ghoul, the twin sisters. Apparently, they have history. What kind of history? I'm gonna explain that in a minute. They have a kind of history together before they ghouls. Remember, if they were that means they were human, and like Kaneki were performed under the same experiment. They had ghoul parts implanted in their bodies, and now they're hybrids, like Kaneki, a hybrid ghoul. Even though it's completely whacked out. It's probably not their fault. I mean, Dr. Akira it was Amon's partner, his former partner, who did it. So basically, there. And I gotta say, the first episode. Episode 4, there's a lot of action, a lot of fighting, and especially we get to see some new weapons. For example, we get to see that Akira, she can fight, and she unleashed this kind of gas that can kill a ghoul's Kaguya. So basically, that's a very handy weapon you want to fight against a ghoul. But there's still a lot to be discussed. And one of my favorite part about the episode 4 was that Kaneki changed again. And part of his mind is, even though his mind is completely what you call not the same, there's still part of the old Kaneki that still remember, him. The reason why he joined Algiri is because he's weak and he blames himself for the death of Rize's mother. I mean, there's nothing he could have done. That doctor guy, that mad doctor that killed her, he was a bit nuts. I mean, even though Rize's mother is dead, Rize is still alive, and she wants to see him again. So he joined Algiri Tree to gain strength and to become stronger and more powerful than he could. So basically, he joined one of the toughest, baddest groups so he can devoid himself of any weaknesses and to separate himself. That's one thing. And then there's episode 5. episode 5 right now. That episode is it's really more action. It's continuation of what's happening, and everybody right now is on the edge right now. Amito is fighting against the commander in chief of CCG, the commander of CCG, using his father's Kaguya, and we could see his. We also saw a glimpse of his past. I mean, he was just a really really nice kid. I mean, he would have turned out fine if his father didn't die. I mean, Toga, she had to go up on. Even though she has this tough act, she's really a good girl. And we all know that Toga is very, very strong. So there, give credit where credit is due, and I give this a lot of credit, and because we got to see some of Amito's past, and I said he was a good child, but what turned him down on this pathway? Obviously it was his father dying, leaving him on his own. So basically, their father's death changed him into that. I also got and Kishi, he knew the black and white ghouls. The black and white ghouls, were human girls. They were involved in a class. They wanted to become investigators in the CCG, just like Amon Han is. And he was his students, not really his students, but he talked at a lecture. They wanted to be like him, an investigator to fight off ghouls. And in the end, they became ghouls themselves. They became the very thing they wanted to fight against and hate. So basically, you can't be one or the other or both. You can only be one or the other, never both. So basically, yeah. So, and we still don't know. And Kisaki, with his weapon and his mercilessness, he doesn't give a fuck. He didn't give a damn when they were human. I mean, he wasn't exactly psycho, but he didn't give a crap. He didn't exactly was total psycho like what he is now. He basically wasn't, completely all into chopping people up, chopping ghouls up with strange weapons. I mean, they did something to his head, obviously. And these black and white ghouls, they have no chance. We get to learn their name, Koshiro and Koshiro. We get to learn their names. And so basically, yeah, we learned that something isn't right, that something was very, very wrong. Like Koshiro, he's literally tearing these two apart, and I thought they were badasses, but they're losing to Koshiro. Also, I gotta talk about how is Kaneki's transformation, his new armor. He's fighting the commander-in-chief with his Kaguya, and his Kaguya keeps changing and evolving. And this guy, and his face now, his eyeball is like pale white, and his ghoul eye has moved to right here where his nose is. It's like the Kaguya armor around his body is now formed like a mask, and covering what mask. I mean, he can't. I don't even know. We don't even know where his eye patch is right now. His eye patch mask is gone. Like right now, after his fight with Kenshiro, it fell off. After he talked to that other ghoul girl, the one with the bandage and the pink sweater. They obviously have plans for Kenshiro. And then there's Kaneki. He's a total badass at the way he's fighting. His mind is in the way he looked and acted. It's like his mind is on the edge of sanity and insanity, like total craziness. He even can Kinshio crazy around for the money for the crazies. He's literally, even the dead Dr. Akira, he could probably give a run for the money. And Akira, she's basically wounded. Her leg got bitten by Amato, like a Jason's assistant. And the way Kaneki fought Commander, and the way he literally took him apart. Alright, Kaneki is on the edge, and the fight that he had with Amon. And Amon wanted to understand and talk to Kaneki. Why did he let him live? It's because Kaneki was still human, even though he become a ghoul, but it was never on his own terms. That means Kaneki still wanted to keep the part of him that had his humanity. So basically, he wanted to keep his human side, but never to embrace the ghoul. But ever since what happened with Jason, he has lost touch with himself. He says that he does this for his friends, but he doesn't want to put them in danger, so he confronts the danger head on without any attachment. even though there's a part of him that still wants to understand why. And for a second, when he was fighting against Amon, I think Amon's words really got to him. That all happened until till we get to see the eye patch owl. That owl. Oh, there's Ghoul, that rogue Ghoul that we haven't seen before. Or like, there's very little to know about him, and there's still very little to know about Agiri either. But he just took Amito and Kaneki with him, and for some reason, and we still don't know why. Is this guy the same type as the black and white girls? As Kaneki, someone who was human but then gained the parts of other ghouls and was into himself. I mean, Kaneki had 7 Kaguya, and some of them look like scorpions, and so basically like scorpion armor. So yeah, can Kaneki he find out? Could Kaneki make it out? Will Amito still wake up, and what will happen next? I can't wait. Even though the manga for this is All Out Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Ra with the continuation, which is the sequel manga, I have not read it. I've only read one chapter. I read the beginning and another chapter after that, but I never read up to the Kaguya arc or any, the Aogiri arc, the Aogiri tree. They still have a. Will Kaneki, he is changing, and I want to see what happens next. Hope you enjoy it. And then this is something I'll give you on Tokyo Ghoul with episode 4 and 5. Hope you enjoyed this part of Comment Subscribe. Thank you. Signing off. I'll put the link down in the description. Watch 4 first, then 5. Bye.